Yeah, unnecessary.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chief, today happens to be his birthday. So
happy birthday, Chief!
Happy birthday, Chief! I saw he was enjoying looked like a $1,000 dessert at some fancy restaurant that I'd never eat at because I'd probably leave hungry. But hey, happy birthday, Chief! Hope you enjoyed it for sure.
That's from both of us.
That is obviously from both of us and the interns. Thank you, interns, for figuring that out and getting us that information.
This week episode is brought to you by None of Secret Supply of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and available on shelf anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there is still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona's sauce? Too bad, only Nona decided who gets the sauce.
Uncle Swampy bought multipliers and he wants our play now.
Call Chris and Dan. 87 play now. 87 play now. The 10s and 10s bought privately and they want our play now. Call Chris and Dan. 87 play now. 87 play now.
My dad made me watch lots of movies, so I want our play now.
Call Chris and Dan. 87 play now. 87 play now.
Now.
It's your R play. Use it when you need it.
Pop is popping and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Max Podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 37 of the Zilly Award-winning Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, how you doing?
Oh, it's I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing about as good as the Detroit Lions fans right now.
What a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Honestly, I grew up a Detroit fan because of my boy Barry Sanders. Yeah, absolutely. And I saw him in attendance there. Man, what a what a Detroit Lions thing to do, I'll tell you.
And Baltimore choking.
Yeah.
Also earlier today. Yeah.
That one didn't surprise me as much.
No.
It's hard to bet against Kansas City, but
and Taylor Swift, you can't.
Taylor Swift, yeah. But I mean, after just completely dominating the first half, they just didn't show up for the second half. But
were there any points scored in that second half?
Yeah, they scored
a field goal. Field goal? Touchdown?
They scored a touchdown at the end, that meaningless touchdown. But
right.
But then they didn't kick the field goal that they should have kicked, or else maybe it would have been a different game. That's neither here nor there.
Right.
But hey,
sports aside.
Sports aside, yeah, how you doing?
Well, that sports bet would have been really nice. But sports aside, I'm doing great. Glad to be here. All right.
Glad to be here. Glad to have you here.
Glad to be had. Thank you.
All right. So let's get right into our reverse countdowns. I know everyone's waiting to see what +7 does to these numbers here. We got K-Fuel coming in 383 days in arrears at this point. We got our boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about so just real quick on K-Fuel, what was that update that they were going to have an AMA to talk about that?
Yeah. So
and there was no date provided?
Well, there was not a date provided, no, but the announcement said that they were going to huddle up about providing an AMA, and that happens to be 14 days ago since the huddle. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
you got it. Okay. I thought I was going to surprise you, but
no, I was on it. It was a long huddle, like the Lions at the end of the game there when they had no time left.
Oh boy,
huddling and running the clock. Our play staking index for Americans 402, or the Americans token drop for our play tokens 485 days in arrears, and no movement on that.
It's been, I don't know, X amount of days since I've been kicked from Discord over there.
I didn't. Oh, you got kicked from Discord?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Making friends?
For stating fact, asking questions in the Ask Us Anything group.
Well, you're not supposed to do that.
Apparently not. That's not allowed, guys.
Space Junk, 241 days since episode 2. Outliers, 137 days. I happened to see on Twitter
boy.
or X this week, right? Forget who it was, but they're like, oh yeah, it's always been Wes Sherman, West 2 for me. It's like, is he still around?
Theta Jamie?
Oh, there you go.
The one that wanted Theta Jamie wanted. I remember when there was that AMA that I think
yes,
our West Coast Canadian investment dude, him. You know his name.
Okay.
We all know his name and can pronounce it perfectly. But he, what was that? Yeah, he's the one that did that AMA.
Right. Yes.
Right. And the thing was like, they said, hey, how about a poll? And it was between like us and Wes, and maybe there's a couple other people on there, but I think we won. And obviously, we're not qualified to do that anyway, and
No.
wouldn't want to.
That's not our shtick.
No,
we'll shtick
we add
to
7
else.
to things.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, he was like shouting out West 2, and it's like, well, where is West 2? You know?
Right. Read the room, bro. Where is he?
So,
Wes, if you're still out there, send a smoke signal or something. Be good to hear from you. Because Outliers, I mean, at this point, I don't know. Is it rugged? I don't know.
I mean, that's where I go for my TGIFs.
There you go.
So,
yeah.
Got that going for us.
Yep. All right, we got the professor coming in 618 days in arrears on a couple of drinks for not Amanda.
I'd want to get that off my ledger. As soon as
immediately.
possible.
Immediately. Yeah. That's a payable. I hate those things. Get them out of here.
Yeah, it's too easy to do, Prof.
Yeah, figure it out. You're gonna have to figure that out. But hey, Logan Paul, your boy.
My boy.
We'll call him your boy. 370 days since he announced the refunds for his mess, and now in terms of service and all that nonsense just reminds me of everything else that's negative in this space. Imaginary Friends, 181 days, and tell me that you saw the ad today.
No.
Are you serious?
I swear I didn't. No.
There's a movie coming out.
For what?
And the name of the movie is IF. IF. And guess what it stands for?
What? Imaginary Friends?
Yes.
Wait, but what?
Yes. Like a legit movie. Yes.
This
Not
was
related.
in Discord or on X? Twitter?
No, it was on the TV, dude. It was a commercial during the game.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No, our friends at Imaginary Friends, I don't think that they made a movie. This is completely unrelated, but the same name.
I was almost blown away. Now I got to stuff my brain back in my head.
No. Yeah, so.
Like Atom Bomb from, I was Magnum Bomb.
There you go.
Picture that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. Dorks, General Dole's boys over there. 74 days, and I'm pretty sure that one's in the grave at this point.
But we'll keep adding 7 to it.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah.
Twitch Pixel, our friends,
our
boy and girl. Yeah.
Yep.
214 days. Be nice to hear from them. I was actually looking at some of their NFTs this week, and $2, $2. You can like collect them all, which is unfortunate. Pog reveal. We're up to 15 days now. I mean, are we setting a record here? Like, multiple times, like on the count up and then taken off and then back on it. Might be first.
Yeah, they're really good at that. But I think what I mentioned last week, you want to explain what's going on. We still don't know what's going on. My assumption is that like maybe they can do it, but they didn't have any functionality set up so it could go to. Nobody set any wallets up unless you did the pre-sale, right? Like, so if you claimed it, where the heck is that going to go?
Oh, right, because it's not okay. Could change.
That's my 2T drop on that. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. But speaking of Kyler, though, I got to do a quick apology. I know it's been a while.
Kyler?
not to Kyler, but to Dharma Gardner.
Ooh.
And I think I said on Twitter, or no, I said on the show, right? Him and Kyler have exchanged DMs like Kyler has exchanged a bunch of DMs, but they haven't talked on the phone. So I misread my DMs. Apparently.
Asterisks.
So I humbly apologize for that. To make that right. So my bad on that one.
I mean, Kyler has even DM'd with our interns.
Yes.
A couple times.
Don't blow up Kyler's DMs though.
Yeah.
Even if you have the best jingle for the $5 foot long.
And there's one that I wasn't able to get on the countdown officially because I don't have the official date. Maybe you sent it to me of when the official metadata change request was entered. And I've been in contact with Genion a couple times this week, and he said he was forwarding it along to whoever needed to answer the question, and I just never heard back again. So yeah, I asked a couple times. So that was October, right?
Can you explain to the tens and tens what that's about? Because I actually just had to think about what you were talking about.
So there was a change request form that was put into the original SPS Discord if there was some kind of an issue that you found with the metadata of your pineapple that you owned. Mm-hmm. And you happen to have a very peculiar pine that has a floating tea fuel, except the floating tea fuel isn't on the side like everybody else. It's in the hair.
Right. And it's a generative.
And it is a generative with the same exact name as all of the other generative attributes, but it's different than them.
Right.
So rightfully, you put in the request to, let's get this thing named different. Or did you want the picture changed?
No, I want no.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, too soon. No, so I wanted it renamed because I believe it's something different. I've brought it up back when your boy Ketch was working with Pines, who before he rugged with bananas. That happened. He was helping out with the Pines, and they set up, I don't know, with these other people that were involved with the pineapples, this attribute change request form. And I submitted it, and apparently it went nowhere. I think that's what Genion found out, that it didn't go anywhere. Like, it went to nobody's email. So we submitted it, and it went nowhere.
That's awesome.
So
that's like the complaints department that at my office.
I think they turn it back on. I think, and I explained on August 10th to Genion that this situation about that, and he understood it, and then I never heard back. So that's that.
All right. Well, whatever that is, it's 7 days more in arrears than it was last time this week.
Okay. But I'm glad everyone knows, because like I said, I just had to think about it. I was thinking about the weird issue with Thetadrop, where if you're in there and you're looking at an NFT line and then you click it or you put it in the initial search, but it doesn't actually filter, you have to exit out and then go into it and filter. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I missed that.
No? Okay. Yeah. It's still ongoing, because when Pogs had their last the reveal for the Coca-Cola ones, something happened with the attribute search function. But if you select it when you go into it, or if you select an attribute on one of your Pogs or someone else's actually in the data, usually what that would do previously was it would take you to everything with that attribute. It would show. It would list as
yes.
Now when you do it, it just takes you to the general thing that you would see if you went into there. So you have to X out of that up top, and then pull the items on the left hand side down, and then click the attribute you want to see. Then it will come up. It's
annoying.
Weird. Yep. But so that's initially, I think, what I thought that was. I forgot. But the attribute change request with the green skull with the T fuel floater in the hair.
Yep. Can you tell us what you wanted to name it?
Chief, we like the I don't know, something, maybe the something about Mary hair, or hair gel, T-Fuel hair gel. I think that's a good one.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You remember something about marrying that?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd go into it further, but this is a family show.
Yeah. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chief, today happens to be his birthday. So
Happy birthday, Chief.
Happy birthday, Chief. I saw he was enjoying, looked like a $1,000 dessert at some fancy restaurant that I'd never eat at because I'd probably leave hungry. But hey, happy birthday, Chief. Hope you enjoyed it for sure.
That's from both of us.
That is obviously from both of us and the interns. Thank you, interns, for figuring that out and getting us that information. So in our pregame huddle, you wanted to bring up your girl Jordan.
So yeah, Jordan was on last week. Remember?
Yeah, I do.
You were there. Yeah.
Barely.
So Jordan. I mean, can we say that one was critically acclaimed? That episode? I don't know.
I think we have to. Yeah,
we have to. Yeah, it could be Zilly nominated too. Who knows? But so anyways, like when we've had guests on, like when we had Pogs on, when Kyler was on the first time, I went down the NFT rabbit hole for all the different NFTs that Pogs involved with, right?
I didn't notice that. No,
you did know that.
I'm kidding.
I just want. Okay, I know you're kidding, but I don't know if.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some new people that are like,
new
just
people.
doesn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we have someone on, and then all of a sudden we're like after the fact, we just dive in.
Yeah. So, anyways, I noticed if you go on Jordan's Twitter account, she has a link tree on there
because she's famous.
She is famous, award winning, but she has the portal by Jordan Bain / free mint edition on Nifty Kit. So I actually did this. I don't know if it was like September, and so it's a free NFT because I was like, hey, wasn't there this portal NFT? I was like, where did this thing go? It's a Polygon, if you would, NFT. So I was like, I had to figure out a Polygon wallet, and you can send it to it for free. So it's like tied to your email address, and then from there you send it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's free, so you can send it from. Basically when you access it via your email. You could put it as like in your Apple Wallet, so you could see it if it need to be scanned. Cool. It has like a barcode, but yeah, you can, and it's free. And there's only been like 120 of these things minted. So it's because I was like, is this thing still active? And that's how I found it in my wallet. So, gang, if you'd like, I suggest going to Jordan's Twitter, go to her link tree. And the first thing on our link tree is how you get the portal NFT.
Cool.
So that's that. And then also you can go on there and she has a squad Discord too. So you could join that as well.
Very cool.
Seems like why not, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Free NFT, follow Jordan. I feel like she's got some big moves that she's trying to make this year. I know she was kind of hush about the plans, but
I think stealth she used, right?
Very stealth. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on over there.
But hey, free NFT, you know,
please.
There's and who doesn't love Jordan? So,
right.
I think everyone who listens should go out and get one.
Yeah. And if you're not following her, then you should follow her.
You should follow her and tell him Papa Mag sent you. I don't know if you could enter that anywhere, but just tell somebody.
Well, just hit her on Twitter with that.
Respond and say, Papa Mag sent me every time she says something. Okay, sorry. So I just wanted to get that out of the way.
So let's not end on a bad note. Let's get. I want to.
Was that a bad note?
No. I'm talking. I feel like you're going to have a little bit of a negative, emotional response to what I bring up next. So okay. I want to get that now, rather than wait till the end.
Okay.
So I noticed that the silver and gold VIPs on Thetadrop, they got treated this week.
Right.
How about the bronze?
I don't think they did, right?
They got nothing.
Yeah. I think it's absurd that you call bronze VIP. So like, okay, a lot of people, I would say a good amount of people got the fake T-drop
from
the Katy Perry nostalgia store. because Katy Perry back in the day was always talking about T-Drop.
Oh yeah,
and yeah,
she sang a song about it.
So we got it. We got shards. Yeah, she did. She did. Everyone knows that. They saw the video. I think Snoop Dogg was in it. Yeah. So, anyways, Katy. I don't think we were talking about Katy Perry, but we got that, and then we were getting these shards, and I was kind of bashing the shards, but a lot of people went and they bought it, and that's why I said that third drop was technically successful because people were buying it and it sold out, and people got bronze. But but now bronze is meaningless. It doesn't do anything because we don't even get the shards anymore.
Yeah,
and
I don't understand why.
So I mean, I think it's laughable. I don't know who's in charge of the T-Drop. I don't know, West One. I don't know who, but
no clue.
There's nothing for us. There used to be. We haven't got shard drops, and I don't know how long. Right? And I saw on the Theta Discord, VIPs could get a roll. I haven't tried it because I'm just assuming that bronze VIPs are not VIPs according to Theta, because that's what they've shown us, right?
Right.
Is that your opinion too? And I feel like an idiot to do something like, oh, look at this idiot. He tried to be a VIP. He's only a bronze. Bronze VIPs aren't VIPs.
Right. Even though it says VIP.
Even though it says VIP. Exactly. So, man, I don't know. I think that's shiesty, because a lot of people, they got bronze because they wanted these benefits, and you've basically taken these benefits away from them, I guess. Right?
Yeah. I don't get it.
You can't remove that 50,000 T-drop off. And then back to this other thing. I don't know if we talked about this, but I know we talked about it, but I didn't know if we addressed the conclusion. I know we talked about it in private, but when bronzes, you can't see me. I'm doing those like air quotes, bunny ears things. When we got that bonus T fuel on Thetadrop.
Right. Yeah.
So I have 121.1 and I can't send it off. And that was told. So I was under the assumption that and I noticed when I'd buy stuff, it wouldn't go away. So what I did was I transferred everything off. I bought it. So I had no T fuel left. Right. And then I put more T fuel on. That T fuel is still locked at 121.1. So what was the use of that? It's like they're kind of giving you credit, or like they're saying they're giving you something, but they're not, because you still either have to hold it or spend it. And regardless of what you put back, you're still in the hole. So like if you had no T-drop on your account, or T fuel, as I was, if you have no T fuel on your Thetadrop account, you're technically negative.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what you're saying is like, all right, right now, if I wanted to go spend 1,000 T fuel on something, I could transfer all my T fuel off of Thetadrop except for 1,000. I could spend that 1,000 T fuel and have 0 T fuel in my account. Mm-hmm. And then if I was to sell something or transfer T fuel back on, it would relock up the original 120 T fuel that was given to me. That is just absolute pure genius. Like
who are the ad wizards to come up with that one?
Yeah. What a gift. Thank you.
It's boneheaded. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So
it is boneheaded.
It's funny because at least I guess alleged VIPs of the Bronze Association like us, at least we can like price stuff in T fuel, right?
That's the one thing we can do.
That's the one thing we can do. And we can also complain that we're not getting any of these shards. But it's funny because there's the gold shards for the gold members, the silver shard for the silver VIPs, right? And then there's the bronze ones that the bronze people don't get. But then the gold and silver can redeem their specific shards for bronze shards.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what the hell's going on over there.
Incredible.
You do it's people bought that Katy Perry drop, and I actually like argued and. I betrayed Mac over that.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, so still another apology to Mac from back in the day for going against. So basically, gang, like me and Mac were fighting everyone in a Discord room that we wouldn't do it, and then I cracked and I bought the qualifying Katy Perry NFT to get the T-drop. So, but you can't move it. Yeah. So, but yeah, good for them. I mean,
I
just.
Brilliant.
Either don't call it VIP, just call it bronze level or something. But you can't. VIP is very important person, right? You can't say you're a very important person when you're treating them just like the schmucks with nothing, right?
Yeah.
No offense if you're a schmuck with nothing.
Because we're right there with you.
We're the same. So Max
Except
turns out
if
to be
you're
the genius in
international,
this.
you have our play.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Hey, yeah.
But okay, it's probably good not to end on that, I would say.
Yeah, I wanted to get that out in the middle. But also, so kind of along with that, I did, this whole Vegas Golden Knights combo. I mean, that looks pretty cool. They did airdrop these.
I was scared at first. Because we thought it was the other Golden Knights.
I mean, what a just a naming disaster, right? Like 2 Golden Knights drops, and you're going to follow up the most disastrous Golden Knights drops in history, like the Pittsburgh Golden Knights that did absolutely nothing except for, their big thing was like, oh, here comes a challenge. Like you go to the Indy 500 race course, but it's Friday,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, this Vegas Golden Knights thing, that could be pretty cool. I see that they've already been kind of putting ad space at the rink. What I don't understand is they airdrop all these to, I believe it was silver and up.
Mm-hmm.
And it says like, just because you redeem these doesn't mean you're actually going to get tickets, right? Because they're limited to 75. So not quite sure how it works, but I hope that somebody out there gets to enjoy these tickets, because I'm a big hockey guy. Enjoyed the Ranger game last night. I was watching it with my son. They were down 2-0, and don't call it a comeback. They came back 1-7-2. So boom.
This is like the Hunger Games. These silver and gold are in zone 1, and we're all the way. We're all the way
12.
competing in the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
For scraps over here. But we complained about. I would say complained, or at least I did, about on a previous episode about these getting passed over for multiple shard drops. So I don't know.
Yeah, this is at least 3 or 4 times now. Yeah,
I'm shardless,
and I'm sure that you really wanted that bomber jacket. You're more of a denim guy.
I'm more of a sizzle
Ketchup
pop ketchup hoodie guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, speaking of Mac, I know that WWZ is just continuing to roll, and I, for the first time this week, was able to connect my Thetadrop account to WWZ to kind of access some of the NFTs that I haven't taken off Thetadrop yet to use in WWZ. So I thought that was pretty cool.
You were trying before, and you couldn't do it, right? You were having trouble before?
Well, the problem was that I was verified on Discord already, but this was a whole different setup.
Process.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't linked to the Discord verification. It was its own verification. So that was the hang up.
Right. WWZ seems like it's taken over, and I think there's going to be more stuff going on with it. And Max doing a fantastic job
100%
with it.
That's from both of us.
That's from both of us. I got it going in the Pines Discord, and we got some more some people over the week were having trouble. I kind of helped them, and I kind of forgot how I verified before. But WWZ has their own Medium. Would you call it a page? Whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
So their own. I don't know what you'd call it, but they have their own Medium articles about WWZ, and one of them shows you how to do it. And I know I sent that to you, correct?
Yeah, long story short, it's basically WWZ verify and
so
follow the steps.
If you have anything about WWZ, you can go to wwz.gg, and you'll figure out how to play WWZ in a WWZ enabled Discord. Would you call it that? Like a WWZ enabled? Yeah. And I want to announce too, Pines. So next week, I think it's 5th to the 9th, right? Is that Monday? Let me look. I think it's the 5th to 9th. I'm stealing a playbook out of Swampy, and minus the T-Fuel, but we're gonna do a floor competition. 5 winners
wow.
from Monday through Friday, and then they can compete for one of my floors.
Oh.
Pines. So I want to get some interest in Pines. So
Wait, so how's this going to work? So you got a winner each of the 5 days, and then they battle each other?
yes.
Oh, interesting.
Hasn't Swampy? You've been involved in one of those, haven't you, with Swampy?
But I didn't realize it was the winners that battle. I guess I never won.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Interesting.
Disturbance is running the Discord over there. So I talked with him, and we like it. And I wanted to announce it now just to give us some time so people could figure out how to get it. But wwz.gg.
But wait, so now like the Tuffle, like that was just like each day it was progressive standings, and the one at the end won. This is different.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna
Changing the game.
I'm changing the game. We're just gonna take the top 5 winners and then figure out how to play them in a private match for the floor. And I'm competing too, so.
Oh, sure.
So it's not one of I got to defend my title.
Yeah. Which one?
Of a large floor holder. But,
so one thing when I'm training my popper, I noticed that it says train with emphasis.
So customs, you didn't know that? So customs have train with emphasis.
Wow. Customs of pineapples only?
Pixillas do. I'll just say that I believe Tygon's, Pixillas, and Secret Pineapple Society have custom things that they can train, but you can do it with your Pixillas too. Which I think is pretty cool, because if you're entering them in a boss fight, do people know what boss fights are, Popper?
I don't know, but so in some of these WWZ enabled discords, Pixillas, Tygons, Pineapples, etc., you can actually train your fighters up to go against a computer, basically, right? And battle Humble Pine.
Right.
Humble Pinezilla, right? Yeah.
Right. Like in SPS, it's Rare's alien custom that you can fight, and the wizard that kind of looks like Spawn, right?
Yeah.
So you can fight them. I think Spawn's a bit harder, and you can enter 4 pines to fight at a time. So, and you can train them. I think you have like 10 rerolls. So pick a pine, train them, reroll if you don't like it. You'll figure it out, and then you can fight them. But I think the cool thing with the custom is on that one. So like if I'm having a custom enter in a FFA, a regular battle, in the blender in Pine Club, right? I think I want them maybe to have multiple target hits, possibly. So there's one for multiple target hits. There's one for health recouping.
Balanced.
Balanced
AOE
is, I think balance is a good
damage.
default. Yeah. But the AoE damage, I think you can hit multiple targets, but so that one wouldn't make sense to use against a boss, right? Because there's only one boss.
Oh, right. Right.
So you'd want to go for
single target damage.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, you didn't know that? It was all over the news.
No. Damn,
yeah.
Yeah.
Where can you go to learn more about WWZ?
wwz.gg.
That's it.
Boom.
Yeah, and so you can play these boss fights anytime you want. You can pick 4 of your pines or Pixillas or Tygons, and you can fight these different bosses, and it's fun. And every time you win, that boss gets progressively harder next time you fight.
Right, you rank up to like level 2 or level 3, right?
You rank up after you win, but then basically the boss ranks up too. He gets harder to fight. So basically, between all those WWZ Discord enabled rooms, right? There's the thing called the circuit. You're tracking, right?
Yeah, exactly. Where they go against each other.
So the gyms can fight against each other, but you can only pick one gym. So Pines, Little Monsters. I like when people do the WWZ Discord gym.
Yeah.
And they just fight. The gyms fight each other for gym superiority, I guess.
Yep.
I guess if your name was Steve, it'd be Steve superiority. But so it's bragging rights. But all that being said, all these different WWZ things you can do, you don't have to do them, but it's if you have time, and it takes like a minute or two to set it up every day.
Yep.
But you can do that, and there might be some more stuff coming with WWZ where if you beat a bunch of this one boss, if you're the best against this boss, or if you have a overall score that's whatever, maybe you're gonna take part in some other competitions. Possibly, is if I'm reading the tea leaves.
No promises on that, but yeah, I mean, there's a ton that can be done with it, and I love what's being done already. So good stuff.
And we will be right back.
This week's episode is brought to you by WWZ Game, the only project out there capable of putting a reverse countdown on Papa Mags because we can't keep up with the progress. Did we say interoperability with ETH? My bad. We meant interoperability with ETH and Solana and Polygon. Some projects talk about it, other projects be about it. Follow along on X at WWZ Game and join the Discord for all the updates.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community guardian node where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own guardian node. Best of all, 100% uptime so you do not miss any rewards and 0 fees so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the Staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all, safe, as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the Doc today. This week's episode is brought to you by GuardiansOfTheta.com, offering 0% one-click Theta Guardian staking with random monthly token giveaways. Guardians also airdropped everyone staking with him an NFT that you're able to stake and earn T-Vibe. 100% uptime, 0 fees, random giveaways, what's not to love? Stop paying 4% and come join the fam with Guardians of Theta.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
So I'm not sure if you noticed, but it was actually a pretty big week for the pineapples.
I know, right? A drop that happened. I think we were skeptical that it was going to
timing. Yeah.
Of the timing, and because what happened was, y'all, they put out so anyone who held a Mudra, a Pine Mudra, there's 67 of them, they got an airdrop of a Pine container that comes from the 1 through 200.
Yep.
And so what happened is they gave the date, and there was a snapshot. I was telling you, we were talking, and I was like, I haven't really seen things that happen on Theta with a snapshot, because usually it just reads the wallet that it has one, not multiple, right?
Right, yeah.
So some wallets had multiple, and they received them. So as long as they had it. So that was like a few minutes. It started happening a few minutes after the snapshot. So I thought that was a huge win. That it actually,
yeah, it
sounded like that was
positive.
a Hitch City.
Right. Yeah. No, it could have been a mess, but that part of it was fine.
Some of them are better than others, I'll say. If you'd agree.
I would completely agree. Yeah. Listen,
go ahead.
We talked about this, and I kind of understand now where this came from, but my problem is that the way it was kind of promised. It was open-ended. Everyone's getting a unique custom. And, let's take a look at the historical customs that we're talking about here, right? We're talking about customs that are just sought after and very cool, and everybody wants a custom. And Aragorn, shout out, opened the first two, and there was one. The first one had a trait that I had never seen before, the USA VR goggles.
And a different red shirt.
Was it a different red shirt too?
It's like there's like what would they call that? Bacon shirts, like when the thing gets all messed up.
Oh yeah.
So instead of it being a straight, clean neckline,
it wasn't pressed. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but by no means. If I had seen them a year ago, I would not have thought that those were customs, right? Especially the second one. The first one, okay, like maybe, but not the second one. The second one was like was one of those like customized ones, like some of these Theta VIPs were given at the time of the drop. Not the bronze, that's for sure.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I think that the expectations for what these were going to be was not properly delivered in the announcement. These ended up being more like prototypes, like you were saying before.
Well, so we had a conversation before about it, and it was my understanding that it was like unreleased customs, prototypes, and then I believe James made some. So initially, I talked to James about possibly doing a custom drop for the Muja holders. I think that would be good, and he was like he only has like 34 of them, and so he took some extra stuff and he just put some together. So I understood it as some of them were going to be bangers, and there's some bangers in there, right? Like don't get me wrong, right?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah,
there's some bangers in there.
There's two, and then somebody I know has two.
But then some were more plain, tough to tell that they were customs. And so like the one you got with the red shirt, that one always reminded me of Bart Simpson, and I recognize it because it was in the initial promo stuff. And you can go onto Instagram for Secret Pineapple Society, and you could see all these pines that they were coming out, and that was one of them. And I saw that in some other early promos for Secret Pineapple Society.
Yeah, so, that one, honestly, I like that one. It's plain. It doesn't, it wouldn't surprise anyone to not think it was a custom. Like if you're comparing it to the other customs, it doesn't look like a custom, but at least it doesn't have any cookies.
Yeah, I was also explaining to you too, as I saw it, not as I wouldn't necessarily James said it to me, but I understood. I gave you an example of the toy industry, like with Star Wars toys, and there's some of these prototypes that go for insane amount of money, and then it's like so if I thought of them as collectibles, which I mean I would consider NFTs collectibles, right?
Well, that's not financial advice.
They're
not investments, obviously.
My own opinion, not financial advice. What do they say? My opinions are not my own. Or they are my own? I don't know. Whatever. Not financial advice. But I see these as prototypes, and it's like I haven't really seen. Not that I've like looked and sorted out, but I haven't seen any other NFT projects release prototypes or some other unreleased stuff that didn't make it. So,
well, fact check. Ivory did drop the art book, which was what was that? I think it was a combo. Yeah, it was.
It's a challenge, right?
Theta Punk's Unchanged. Theta Punk's Unchained challenge.
Yes.
So if you owned one of the Simbi ones, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it was like that. I mean, a little bit different because this was just like it brings you to a link where you're seeing like some of the old artwork, but yeah, no, this is it. This is unique because each one is unique. It's growing on me. At first, I'm not going to lie, I was disappointed because you see this like warrior one that comes out, and then Baller gets a big one, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is the one I got.
Yeah.
Well, wish I got that one.
Well, you saw what happened with me, right?
Yeah, I did.
So, in case anyone doesn't know, let me try to explain this best. I know. So I got this Snoop Dogg custom that I traded for a lot more than I was expecting to. I actually had an offer on Solana for a slammer on the OG Pogs over there, and I was like, I DM'd the guy that got it, and he got back to me. I think he might have been. He's got a Welsh flag, so I assume he's in Wales, or maybe in the UK proper.
That's safe. Yeah.
And so he got back to me later. You know, I had sleeping issues. I kind of sent a lowball offer, and because I said, "Hey, I go, would you do a trade and crypto for it?" And he goes, "I'm only interested in T Fuel." So I was like, "Okay," and I offered him a bunch of T Fuel, and then eventually he said no, and then he says, "I'm going to list it. I'm looking to get 300,000 T Fuel for it." And I was like, "Oh, so then I upped my offer a lot," and he said, "Oh," and I upped my offer a lot, and then I said, "Well, what if I upped my offer?" And then he didn't get back to me, but he's probably like a professional working, you know, and
Yeah.
so then after that, I'm like, man, I really do like this Snoop Dogg one, and I want to explain a small story about it afterwards. But so what happened was, I go, you know what? I'd rather have the Snoop Dogg than the crypto I'm offering him, and I can give him. I got a decent one. I got like a Guy Fawkes one, right?
Yeah, there was quite a few of those that came out.
There was quite a few of them, but I mean, it was still nice looking, right? It's definitely a custom.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I said, hey, what if do that? And he jumped on it, and I was like, oh, so he still has a really nice one, and he got all that money, T Fuel. So
he done good.
He done good. So now the thing about this Snoop Dogg, I know Chief might know about it. Dole definitely knows about it. Will 1, I think he knows about it too. I wasn't one of those OGs back in the day with Pines, right? Like it took me a while till I got Magnum to really like, oh man, Pines, right?
Yeah.
So I and just to so everyone knows, when Pines came out, those customs, even non-customs, were selling for an insane amount of money. It was still during the bull run, right? It was just so much money.
Yep,
I remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay, ill regard. So, anyways, I think what happened was they wanted to give Snoop a custom, but I think Snoop wanted money. He wanted to get paid for it. So, there was this plan to auction off custom pineapple slots, I believe. And I think 5 maybe looking to get 20,000 each. Something happened, the deal fell through. So it didn't happen. And I couldn't imagine because Theta would have to get their cut. So I don't think it would have worked out. For whatever reason, they pulled it. Apparently he made the Snoop Dogg and had that in that thing. And there's more that are coming out from the Mujo drop that we haven't seen, and some that were teased that haven't come out yet also, that are really fire.
Well, I've seen that you've been trying to free them this week as well.
What do you mean? Oh, well, I'm talking about in the Mujo Customs
Gotcha.
containers. Yep. And I actually the other night did a deep dive and looked at every single wallet on Thetadrop that has one. There's 2 people that still have 3 unopened.
Wow. Each?
Yep. Each. Crap Culture. And is that how you say his name? Crap Culture?
Yeah.
He has 3 unopened, and Nothing Flash, our boy.
Oh, wow.
Has 3 unopened. And there's a bunch of other people with it. There's some like OGs that have never sold anything. Some that there's some that I guarantee don't even know what's in there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The Mujo might have been the last thing they got on Thetadrop, and that was what, May 22.
Yeah,
so
it was.
So yeah, so there's some people with, but I'm actually honestly, I've been talking a lot, and I apologize to everyone, but there's a lot. I was surprised that how many were opened of the 67.
Yeah, how many? 40s?
I think there's 24 left that are unopened.
Okay. So
yeah,
40,
it's in the 40s.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I looked on Theta Rarity. James said he was going to look at it. I only counted 66 mudras that between the opened and the ones that have been minted. What's that?
That's a shame.
So I think somebody didn't have it on Thetadrop and missed out. So
sounds like it. Hey, we tried to warn everybody.
We'll take it, right?
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Not my fault.
No, but yeah, that unless I'm missing something, but You can sort on Theta Rarity shout out.
Yeah.
The cans, and you can
Yep.
search by most recent, and you go all the way down until you hit can 14. Can 14 was some shady one that happened that hasn't been opened yet when all the mutants were coming out. What were they called?
Oh yeah, the
mutant pines. There was a
Altered.
few of them. The altered pines, yes, as it was. So I think it was something was like put in this guy's account, and I know I've asked James and he doesn't know about it a while ago. Some rando. So if you go most recent, so then between that one's 14, and then the next two customs that are unopened is Crypto Wendy has one. Shout out Crypto Wendy. She looks like she's getting into Pogs. And
yeah, absolutely.
And Michelle White Dove has one.
Yes.
Those are the 1 through 200 customs that haven't been opened, and then the rest is the 201 through 8888.
The regular drop. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel this is definitely better or easier to take than the what was that episode where I was talking about the batches? I was like forbade for saying batches.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go into batch theory any further, but that's the fact. Oh, I'm sorry. Metal Cooler saw something he told you about, right? Whale himself, Metal Cooler?
Metal Cooler saw something, yes. So he was on poppinmags.com. Shout out.
The number 2 place to go for Pop and Mags content.
Still is. Yes.
Still is, yeah. Always has been.
And he was enjoying like the, I don't know, what do you call it? The bounty section? Or
the SPS unopened board.
The unopened board, yeah.
That I'm going to have to update.
Oh, but were some of them captured?
Yeah. Some of them were captured.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. So yeah, he was looking to get some of them on there captured. I mean, these ones didn't really kind of qualify for the Mudra since they weren't part of your investigative journalism on the batches.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't have known. Because they weren't even in a can.
They weren't even batch 1.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
But yeah, so on top of that, there was also a challenge this week that the Pines did. It looks like there's going to be a raffle for another custom coming out relating to the Super Bowl, the Pine, a football Pine. So
it looks like a nice ticket.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the fact that the ticket looks just like the actual Pine is a bit concerning. Because some people might get a little confused by that, but
I think the junior, right? I think he bought one for like $250 in T fuel because he thought it was a custom. I think
I would imagine, yeah.
So
that is a lesson learned right there, folks. But yeah. I mean, just the fact that it is the same thing is a little.
It's not
a big
but
fan
it doesn't.
of that, but.
It doesn't come in.
Right, it doesn't show with the other Pines. It shows by itself.
Right. Not everyone is up on Pines as us, so.
Oh yeah, sure. But I mean, it's nice to see some
fire custom. You think it is? You see a really nice custom, and you're like $250.
Hurry!
That's a steal. Yeah.
Hurry!
Yeah. I could have done that had I not been more in tune with the game of pineapples. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one spending big money this week. There was, so far, I believe it was, besides Snoop that we already talked about, there was a Mudra custom sold by Swine Peeper and a Mudra custom sold by Steamboat as well, the hoodie guy. So, all 3 pretty big sales.
It's like a purple Spider-Man Deadpool type thing.
Yeah.
And if you go onto poppinmags.com and look at the SPS unopened board, there's a bunch of customs on top that some of them haven't even been put into cans, but I found the address for them. So like some of the Theta team, but Blockchain Boy. So it looks like Blockchain Boy's hoodie. That the purple like Spider-Man type dude was in. Just FYE.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yep.
And I don't know if you saw the Crazy 8 sale.
You told me about it, so yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. Large Marge, as Pee Wee Herman would say. Yeah. Yeah, and I know you brought up Crypto Wendy and her POG influence that she's been doing. I noticed that there was a tweet from our boy, Buddy Theta, talking about a floor getting obliterated. And I'm like, oh boy, what's he talking about? Looks like our little backdoor into PogCoin, buying Pogger on Famous Fox. Somebody caught wind of it and, as Buddy would say, obliterated the floor. So,
However, right before recording, we looked at it, and what were you saying?
Yeah.
The price? There's still
well,
there's
it's
still
still, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, it's coming in right around a penny right now. If we're gonna get the 50 to 1 on it, but that's up times where it was recently.
From where before it got obliterated, or of
exactly
that word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Exactly.
which is kind of, it's kind of, I don't know if, I mean, it's not like there's like batches of like 5,000 coins from, it's cheap. It sorts
Yeah.
by cheapest, but I
Right.
guess it's kind of weird that if you were a private sale investor, it seems like you're doing better than the private sale investor. You can't buy as much.
I mean, right. And it's a little, you're just kind of jumping through the hoops in order to do so. And some of these things, they take a little more work, and that's why, you know what I mean? It's not just right in front of you easy. So, but I'm glad we did. So,
speaking of that, a found in Pog super rare and the Slammer that I was looking at, they went for full asking price.
So when I saw this, I thought that's what he was talking about. And it does look like the actual floor on the Soul Pogs has
gone up
as well.
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, getting some traction here. I mean, I see that I've never heard of the skateboarder, but I'm assuming other people have.
I've heard of him now.
Yeah, now I have.
Week.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's like I haven't heard of every Olympian,
For sure. Sure.
Like there's people with that thing and they're on the ice and they sweep the ice. Like, I think I know everyone on that ice team that's sweeping.
No, I don't think you know one person.
No, but skateboarding I think is a bit more gnarly.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the right terminology?
I was going to say hip, but gnarly works.
Okay. Gnarly in a good way, not gnarly in a bad way, right?
Yeah, not gnarled.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just wanted to bring up Syndex.com. I know that you had a chance to get on the new website, the marketplace for Syndicate X. How was your experience so far?
Just tell the story, Popper.
So we had a Dragon meeting early, and during that meeting, we were told, "Oh, here's a early link to lock up whatever username you want on the site. Enter your email address and whatever you want your username to be." Right. So we do that, and then time ticks away, and all of a sudden now we can get the official account set up. So we log on, and it's basically as if that first step never happened. So basically we had to go on there and create an account, and it was just like the first part of this never happened, right? Like the reservation of the username. The reservation of the username didn't occur. So yeah, it was a fresh start.
I got an email saying, I got an email saying, "Hey, you're good," and then I must have. How long has this been going? A week and a half, 2 weeks? I've been texting you about, "Hey, I can't reset. I don't know what my password is."
Yeah,
and I can't. And I go to reset password, and it says if there's an account associated with that, we're going to send it to you. And then I have nothing, and I'm taking screenshots up the ass, and I'm sending them to you, and you're like, "I don't know what's going on," and they're like, I don't know. I don't know what they said. They probably had were probably, what the hell is, what's wrong with mags? Everyone else seemed to figure it out.
Yeah, they're
But
like, well, it works for me.
I'm like,
So
I
I'm
just
like,
did.
oh,
You're,
well, what's
you
going
go
on
do it
here?
again. I go, I just did.
So eventually we figured out that the account wasn't set up, and it needed to be set up because the original reservation of username basically didn't happen. So
Something that should have came to my attention yesterday.
So hey, now that we got that taken care of, how was your experience once you were able to get on the site?
It was good. It's clean. I saw part of the AMA. We talked about how, not the AMA, the Big Slick did his thing, right? His presentation for the Dragons. And that I missed the rest. And that's when you're like, hey, you should go into that room, and the link's in there. So I did the link and I registered. I don't know why this was. Maybe you could tell me. I sold so my NFTs are still on Thetadrop for Symbies.
Yeah.
And I sold the Collision, and I sold a Synergy, and they showed up in the wallet when I linked up. So I don't know what that was about. Like, maybe there was, I don't know.
It probably just needed to refresh. So when you go on to Syndex, you can connect your Thetadrop account via ThetaPass, and you can also connect MetaMask wallet. And there's going to definitely be benefits to getting your NFTs off of Thetadrop and onto a MetaMask wallet that's connected, because that's going to be the only way that you're going to be able to stake the Vault NFTs. So your Collision, your Synergy, Fuse, Architect, and also the animated shorts. And then also to play and earn, you have to have them in a MetaMask wallet, because basically if you have them on a Thetadrop wallet and you get Syndex dropped into a Thetadrop wallet, guess what? It's gone forever. Like, you can't, we literally have no access to anything that's in our wallet without basically asking for permission. No
Well,
keys.
it's a custodial wallet.
Right. Yeah. So basically the point is, at some point, you're going to have to get the NFTs over to a MetaMask wallet, get them connected so that you can stake and earn on the syndicate.
Or earn and stake. Yep.
Or earn and stake, yeah.
During that Dragon Prime thing, Slick was talking about it may be beneficial to just make a brand new MetaMask wallet just for those NFTs. So keep all your Symbies and one, instead of maybe getting hacked because you hit something and something else. So I think that's kind of what he was saying. Not financial advice. But.
Yeah. No, exactly. Just safety purposes. I think that getting them onto a fresh wallet, and then putting them on a hardware wallet as well for an additional level of security is probably wise. At the very least, I would create a new wallet, brand new, and hold my NFTs in a brand new wallet and not do like interactions. You can have two wallets. You can have one where you're holding the goods, and then you can have another one where you got the T fuel and you're minting stuff from it, and then you mint there and transfer it over to the other one. But there's different ways to kind of be safe. I know MetaMask can be a big jump for some people, and I know that I was worried about it as well before I got into it. But it's not, MetaMask isn't unsafe. It's what you do with it that makes it unsafe. So you just have to be careful what you click on, what you okay, because when you go to approve a transaction, it literally says like, you're approving the right for this contract to do the following. And if you're giving access to contracts to move your NFTs and your tokens and things of that nature, that's a problem. If you're giving access to like back to the smart contract based on your or okay, view access and things like that. Well, that's access that you have to give in order to mint, and you just want to be careful, right? Because a lot of the horror stories come from when people are in a hurry to mint and they don't read the permissions that they're giving, and then all of a sudden they've just given permission to a fake mint to take all their NFTs, and that's how they get drained. So
Right.
read the permissions before you approve them.
Good idea.
Yeah, PSA. So, and yeah, I think that we wrap it up with our boy Rob Feldman and his big news.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear about this? Oh, yeah, you did. You're telling me.
I did. I'm looking forward to this. I will actually go on Reward the first time in, I don't know, easily maybe a year.
7,
I
8.
don't know.
Yeah, I think I
It's been a
stopped
long time.
I stopped doing anything on there in June, I want to say. So, or maybe right before that. So it's been a minute.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Rob Feldman and the Psycho KO crew. Their episode is going to be dropped on February 17th, I believe that you said, 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Eastern. So it's like a perfect Saturday morning cartoon throwback, I'd say. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was the kind
You're
of
gonna show the kids?
behind it in the first place, right?
The kid's gonna watch
Yeah.
it, Popper?
I'll see what they think about it. Yeah. I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait to hear the laugh track part of it. Wait, that should be cool.
Is that going to be included in that?
I hope so. It's been months now, right?
Yeah,
Don't let me down.
I think there was something about like an alternate version. One has the laugh track, one doesn't. So I would
Oh,
assume.
man. Come on.
I would
make
assume
it
the
laugh track
premiere
version.
is. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I hope I'm not.
Never happens. You're never wrong.
Ask my wife.
She'll tell me the same thing.
Yeah, right. She's texting you right now. All right, man. Well, hey, listen, good time as always. I don't know if you had anything else. I think we hit all of our pregame notes here.
We did, and then some.
And then some, yeah. Awesome. Well, dude, have a great night. And everybody, we will see you on the boards.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter @JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Pam's Day Spa.